is another interesting question. This time it is based on ratio and proportion. You can pause the video, read the question, answer, and then look into the strategy which can be utilized to solve such questions very easily. It is also important to check your solution once you have solved it. Provide your suggestions and comments about the video and send me an email to learn more.
Our approach, engaging minds, helps students think creatively and solve problems strategically. It helps them to connect with the context, visualize strategies, apply learnings, and bridge the gaps. Join Anil Kumar classes, gain confidence, and get ready for future. We develop mathematical and social skills for excellent performance of our students. The gift of education. I can be part of your success story, build strong foundation, ensure bright future. Join Anil Kumar classes, send an email on the address given here.
Let us now understand how do we solve such a question. I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we'll consider a challenge question which is based on ratio and proportions. In case you want to learn from me, you can always send an email on the address given. The question here is, Rent a Car is a company in the business of renting vehicles. It has cars, vans, and jeeps. The ratio of jeeps to vans is 5:6, and the ratio of vans to car is 3:4. If there are 60 more cars than jeeps, find the total number of vehicles operated by the company. That's the question for you. You can pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. Now, once you read the question, it is important to write down the key things given. So in this case, we are given that the number of jeeps to vehicles, the ratio is 5:6, and the ratio for vans to cars is 3:4. And we are also given that the total number of cars is 60 more than that of jeeps. So you can write them in the form of equations which I have shown here. So the ratios of jeeps to vans, 5:6, ratio of vans to cars as 3:4. And what you really need to find is the total number of vehicles, right? So that's what you really need to find. So total number of vehicles operated by the company. So the total number will be what? So the total number which you're looking for is jeeps plus vans plus cars. That is what you're looking for. Now let us see, how do we solve such a question? So let me rewrite the information given to us. We have jeeps. So we are designing a variable j for jeeps and v for vans. So let j be the jeeps and v be the vans, and the ratio given to us is 5:6, correct? And now we are also given that the ratio of vans to cars is 3:4. Now to connect these two ratios, here is the strategy. This is the most important strategy. Let's try to understand strategy to connect more than one I can write, right? More than one ratio. So the ratio, whenever you want to connect, there should be something which is equal in both the cases. So here we have vans, right? So we can make these numbers same, right? So that is the strategy. So to make these numbers same, what can you do? Well, the ratio 3 is to 4 can also be written as 6 is to 8. Do you see that? And now you see that 6 and 6 is same, right? And therefore, I can now connect them all. And I can write this as that the ratio of jeeps to vans and to cars is what? Let me rewrite this in a different ink, which is 5 is to 6 is to 8. Does it make sense? So note the strategy. Perfect. So strategy to connect more than one ratio is what? Make one item with same value. As we did for vans in this particular case. Do you see that? So what we did was that we multiplied 3 is to 4 by 2 to get 6 is to 8, and therefore the number of vans in the ratio became 6. So that becomes the connection between the two ratios. Perfect. So once this strategy is clear to you, then it becomes easier for us to solve the question, correct? So let's now look into the solution, and when we solve the question, we'll also check the solution. So now we know that the ratio of the jeeps to vans and to cars is what? It is 5 to 6, and 3 to 4 means 6 to 8, right? So we write 8 here. You get the idea. So that becomes the ratio. And now, if there are, let us say, a total of cars, let us say we have total number as n, okay, or t, right? So we are looking for total t of jeep plus van plus car. This is what we are looking for. Now this total number should be what? Well, if I write this as also t for total, in that case, I could have what? If it is 5, 6, and 8, then the total is what? So let me write this in a different bracket. It is not really a ratio. It is a part of ratio, right? So let me write this in a different ink also so that I make it absolutely clear for you. So the total, when it is 5, 6, and 8, will be 5 plus 6, 11 plus 8, 19, right? So we have total of 19 if that is the ratio. Correct? Now, the ratio is in this multiple of 19. So we could write this as a ratio also as total of 19x. In that case, this will be what? This will be 5x, and vans will be 6x, and the cars will be 8x. Is that clear to you? Do you see how we are working? So it is multiples of 19 that the vehicles are in, right? You get the idea? So we have this as the total number of vehicles. So vehicles are multiple of 19. That is what we have understood from this. So when we say this, it means the total number is a multiple of 19, correct? So x times 19 shows that part. Is that clear to you? Now let's look into the second statement, which is the cars are 60 more than jeeps. When I say cars are 60 more than jeeps, then let's look into how many cars are we talking about and how many jeeps are we talking about. So 8x is the number of cars and 5x is the number of jeeps, correct? So now let's look into this statement. That is, cars are jeep plus 60, right? So in total, there will be 8x cars and the jeeps will be 5x plus 60. So we get an equation. You get the idea. So 8x minus 5x is equal to 60, which is 3x equals to 60, and x will be 60 divided by 3, and that gives you 20. Does it make sense? So x is 20 for us. You get the idea. Now if I substitute 20, I know the total number of vehicles. I know the total number of vehicles, which is 19 times 20, right? So let me write down all the numbers just for the benefit. Sometimes the questions could ask something else. So how many jeeps? How many vans? How many cars? And what is the total? Can you tell me now? 20 times 5 is 100, right? How did we get this? We get this by multiplying by 20, right? 5 times. And 6 times 20, 120. And the cars will be 8 times 20. 8 times 2, 16, 160. You get the idea? And if you add them up, you get 19 times 20, which is how much? 380. You get the idea? So we have the answer that the total number of vehicles is 380. Is that clear to you? So that becomes the solution. You can check from here that the difference between the jeeps and the cars is what? So if you see that difference between the two, it is 60. Do you see that? 160 minus 100 is 60. So it satisfies the given condition and whatever is required. The ratio also you can check. Perfect. That is what we mean when we say check solution. So once you have the solution, it is a good idea to check the solution. Perfect. So I hope you understand and appreciate what we have done. In case you want to learn from me, you can send an email on the address given with the consent of your parents. Check our website for the latest updates. Thank you for your time and all the best.